Sometimes you have to layer these synthetic wigs to get so they won't tangle, because those tangles are gone. And I literally just took it off the mannequin and put it on, but this is how it looks. What's up, Sun Tribe? You know, sometimes I forget to even put my intros on. Like my last video, I did a whole intro and then I looked at the video and it wasn't even there. So I just went straight to the point. But you know, I guess it's okay to get straight to the point sometime. I mean, do you always need an intro? I don't know, but you guys all know that I do a lot of custom wigs. I make weaves. I do weaves, and I cut a lot. And a lot of people don't always know how to cut hair. I always watch videos. Actually, there's a couple of young girls now that's getting it, but for a long time, people use razors, and even on natural hair, do not use a razor on your natural hair. Your split ends will be all over the place. But this video is about me just showing you how to trim, cut shape your wavy or curly hair. And I'm actually known as a wavy hair, curly hair specialist. If you look at my Yelp reviews that are old, they're old now because I don't work in a salon anymore, but my reputation always been good because I whip some hair. Like, if I could compare myself to someone's cutting skills, I would compare myself to Janet Jackson's stylist in that Pleasure Principle. That video. I learned how to cut because of that video right there. Like, that was my standard, because that stylist right there knew how to cut layers. And let me tell you, I made so much money back in the day because of being able to cut like that. So I'm just gonna share with you how to cut, because you know, when you're wearing like weaves, wigs, and everything, this is a half wig, because what I do is I use some extra hair and I make tree braids in the front, and I put this on halfway so I can put up in a ponytail or whatever. But so I usually either start right here at the lower cheekbone or down here. But my rule always is to start off conservative, and this is why I think that I made a lot of money cutting hair back in the day, because even to this day, I still have clients that I just cut their hair. So, you know, I'm mobile stylist now, but I never cut off where I'm going first. I always cut the hair longer than where I go. I like to go in stages. That way, because if you cut off, you can't put the hair back on. But if you cut it more conservatively, you can always go shorter and shorter and shorter. And I find that, you know, there's only like a couple of clients that, you know, well, back a long time ago, who used to get like agitated when I cut like that. But generally, most people don't even trip now, you know, because they all know my cutting style. So I always cut the hair longer, because sometimes clients say they want a certain hairstyle and then they get it and it's drastic and they gonna blame you for it. Or, you know, or if you're cutting your own hair, you're like, damn. So sometimes what I do is I'll just wear hair longer, and then I'll shape cut over time. Like the last video, if you see my last video, I didn't have my hair cut in layers. This is like a new, you know, as it started getting older, I just started cutting layers. But anyway, let's start this video. A lot of people who have been doing hair for a long time, who cut like silkier textures of hair, straighter textures of hair, used to creating like certain angles to cut hair. With extensions, hair weaves, all those rules go out the door completely. You will like chop the hair up and it will be stair stacks, because you do not take this hair the same angles and do all this and cut. That's only with human hair. And I'm nice. I'm real nice at cutting human hair too on people. So when I do human hair wigs, because With wigs, there's not like every follicle of the hair inside of a net. It's like sparingly in rows. So you have to cut the hair the same way. So this would mean that you cut the hair at lower points. You just want to go lower. So normally if I was cutting somebody's real hair, I would be doing all this and and going right here. You kind of want to cut the hair the same way you want to wear it. So I just go down. This is, as you see, there's a natural, beautiful wave in it. So that's where we're going. We're going to start that where this natural indentation, this natural ridge is right here. And we're just going to go down, all the way down, like that. And see how that looks already? It kind of goes around here. And then, so I'm just going to take this part and keep going down, just like that. And I'll show you how to layer right there. And I could actually go shorter, but as it gets older, something happens to the hair. It gets shorter. I don't know how that happens, but it gets shorter. But this is like a good place to start. And then with these, these layers right here, the hair will just curve right on around. Yes, that's nice. Then when I'm going interior into the hair, and I like to take like a chunk. And like I said, the goal is to not cut the length off. A lot of people don't know how to cut layers without compromising the length. We're not going to cut no length off. We are going to just focus on the same thing I did there. So I'm just going to go in and go down. So you're still getting lower, but check this out. We still got our length. And if it does not match, what you do is, as you go down, and what I do is I'll go and do all of this first, keep going in that order, and then when I get to the bottom, I just go, take that part, start where this one stopped, and go down very softly. And there's where you get those nice little layers in there. Now I'm going to do the same thing. I'm not going to over direct. I'm going to under direct. And you see where this last piece is? You're going to just take that piece and just go on that top layer. That's all you're really doing, is going on the top layer. None of that inside. And you know what? After I finish that all around, I usually go inside and I clean it up a little bit. Match all the way down. And it usually make the hair thinner underneath. So you definitely don't want to take a lot off at the bottom. So I usually just focus on toward the top. And I know a lot of people in California usually wear their hair, or Los Angeles anyway, they wear their weaves long with no, only some razor in the front, because a lot of people don't know how to cut. If you do want some more education about it, yeah, holla at your girl. I don't charge a lot. And see, I'm still going down like a stair step, and just go all the way down. Have a nice pair of shears. Now, when I cut these kind, I don't use my good shears. I have cutting shears for hair, and then I have cutting shears for human hair, wigs and weaves, and I have cutting shears for synthetic hair and weaves. 3 different types of shears, because you don't want to ruin your shears, mess with your shears. So it's good to have these separated. This hair underneath is already problematic. I'm telling you, I remember when synthetic hair used to be really nice. Actually, we went through stages of it. It was really bad, then it got really nice. And when the natural hair movement started, they started making the custom or the synthetic hair worse so that it wouldn't last as long, because there was a period where people were like, oh, okay, I'm not getting weed, I'm not getting, you know, chemicals anymore, I'm not getting relaxers, so I'm going natural and doing my own hair. And so there was a fallback in human hair, lots of human hair. People wasn't doing human hair no more, and they were doing synthetic. So they came back with us and stopped putting closures in the like bundle packs of synthetic hair. And then they start making the hair, the fibers, because it's not hair, it's actually a fiber like clothes, like what I have on, it's a fiber. But they started making it where it mats faster. And I'm telling you, I've been buying the same brands for years. They all don't always do this. They all do this now. Because I have bought so many different types of brands. But too, in all fairness, I actually did have this in the closet for a while. And it was just like bunched up in the back. Now I'm gonna let some of this go in the back because, like I said, they make this hair really thin at the bottom. So these layers, I'm gonna start like right up here and just take that, holding it straight down, and just cut very softly all the way down, like that. And that way I have a layer. And like I said, after I'm finished, I'm gonna go in and then cut this down. And I don't even wear my hair this long, so probably about like 2 inches is going to come off. But I'm going to connect this with strands of hair. I don't want to pick up a whole thing of it. I'll just connect it with strands, and that'll create a nice layered look. And you know, as the hair be getting thicker and coarser, it'll actually, look, it's already actually making it be able to comb through because I took those layers out. I'm actually able to get my hands through it now. Okay, all right, there's the split ends. But even right here, this is a little trick too. Like if I want to create a dramatic change for my clients and they don't want a lot of hair off, what I do is, and see, you can see that this is very spacey. So we don't want to cut a lot of that off. What I do is I will just cut this part, chop into that all the way up. And actually this little piece right here on anyone's hair, when I cut this, gives such a dramatic change to the whole head. Like it looks like they got a major cut and they don't even have a cut. And I'll just focus on that triangle right there, and then I'll just blend very subtly. I'll just blend in a little bit of those hairs, just cutting very small pieces of the top layer, not going even into the interior. And let me tell you, that gives a lot of height in here. It creates height and movement because they have those layers right here when the wind blows. So the hair is blowing in the wind, you know, all whimsical and stuff like that. And it creates that movement so that when you are wearing weaves, you don't, if this is doing some crazy stuff down here, it's separated from this part. So this is still moving and weaving, and you might have this bunched up in the back, but you won't be able to tell because this will be whimsical and moving. But yeah, you have to focus on getting this detangled. And I did detangle before I did this video. It's just that this is an old piece that's been in the closet. Old piece, and I have so much hair in the closet. That's why I'm gonna do a couple of videos, because I have a lot of hair in the closet. When I think about going to get a hair weave, I'm like, let me go in my closet first, my beauty closet, and see what I got. Like, you know, in your clothes, you know how in your clothes closet you be having stuff you ain't never wore before, or that you only wear one time, and then you start looking at it different, and you're like, I get, let me rock this. What I've been doing, you know? So yeah, this is that wig. I don't usually wear wavy hair. I like wavy hair, but I don't wear it a lot. But yeah, I'll have this on soon. All right. Let me like not take that at the bottom, because even toward the front of this hair, it's even thinner down there. So I just want to take this front part and go down here where I started, where the chin was, and just lightly, just go all the way down like that. Lightly, super light, super light. Super light. Now, excuse her face, she's been around for a long time, you know? She's been with me for over a decade. We've had a lot of color and cut classes together. So now I'm just gonna make sure that I match this to this side. So I started like right there, and if I go a little down further than where it's set, is cool, because I can always come back up. I'd rather come back up than cut it off and be like, dang. There we go. And see, this will go this way. And I'll probably end up cutting this even a little shorter right here. I like where this wave is right here, so I'll probably go into that like that and just cut down. And I'm going down like this at an angle. Not too much in though. And then I want to take this part right here and just